Welcome back to 100 Hats Gaming, folks. Nico here for episode 14? No, episode 13. 13? 14? 14. Episode 14? 13? Nico here for an episode of 100 Hats Gaming. Yep. Well, I don't want a Kakuna. Maybe I'll just give up on the Abra. It's gonna be a pain. I was saying in the last video, when I was in kindergarten, I was in a performance of Peter Pan, and I really enjoyed it as a kid. It's what got me hooked on theater. But, there was a girl, I think she was like 12 or 13 at the time, but, you know, significantly older than me, who was like 5, who played Wendy in this performance. And very nice girl, and I got to know her and her family pretty well, because they just ended up, over the years, becoming very close with my parents, and and I continued to do theater with that community theater for years, so I just got to know them, and it was wonderful. They're, to this day, some of the nicest people I've ever met come from that family. Very glad to have met them, very glad to have known them. The awkward part comes in when years later, I'm a sophomore in high school, I'm at a performance of the music band, and I'm initially just cast as general ensemble, which is fine. But what happened was, they had the guy they had given the role of Tommy Gius, who is like a kid from the wrong side of the tracks, like gets into trouble with the mayor, things like that, throughout the play. He's just constantly getting in trouble. The guy they cast as him actually ended up getting shipped overseas. I think he was in the Marines, and he got his deployment, or he joined the Marines, enlisted sometime in there. I never fully understood what happened, but for the first couple rehearsals and stuff, they did not have a so anyone playing this character. And we didn't know who they were going to cast. And eventually they pulled me aside after one of them and say, "Zach, we'd like you to play Tommy." And I was psyched. It was a shot of the big role in this show, and I was totally pumped for it. The awkward part comes from the fact that they say, "You'll be playing opposite Rachel." So here I am playing the guy dating this girl who, when I'd been 5, had been my mom in Peter Pan. And it was just sort of like, oh, okay. And like I said, I got along with her very well, but it wasn't even the Homecoming Queen problem, where I'd never imagined I could date a girl like her. It was more of a problem of, I never imagined I would date her specifically because, well, because she'd been my show mom. You know, there's that, like, parent-child relationship between Wendy and the Lost Boys, and it was just awkward. I think I'm gonna try to find another hiker. And it was awkward for, like, the people putting on the show, too, because I was only 15 or 16, whereas she was over 18, probably in her early 20s. And we didn't look that far apart in age, but it was still like a strange thing for them, like to try to cast someone who's over 18 opposite someone who's under. So, like, as much as we were dating in the show, our characters were dating, we didn't touch each other, we didn't do like anything that could have gotten any parent somewhere upset, which I thought was dumb at the time. I get it now, kind of. The idea of not wanting to step on anyone's toes, but it just didn't make a lot of sense to me. Like, no one in the audience knows how old we are, except for the fact that they really, honestly do. And then in other years, she would end up playing, like, moms of characters and stuff. she, my senior year, the same year I did Pippin, we did Charlie and the Chocolate Factory at the Community Theater, and she ended up playing the mother of Mike TV. And the guy playing Mike TV was a guy I went to high school with, so that was a little weird. And they'd all like go out and hang out afterwards after shows. They all got really close. And that always kind of threw me for a loop. Like I could not imagine being that close to like someone playing my mom. Like these days I could, but back then I just was such a this is the way acting should work, like in my head, as if I knew really anything. I'm now older and I'm fully aware that I know nothing, but I should probably switch you out, or I could not do that. Always Spearow. Man, I hate Spearow. Oop. I just heard another sound blip, folks, so if there's noise problems, that's why, just so you're aware. That is the strangest thing. I'm not getting... So what's happening, folks, is I'm getting... All of a sudden my audio gets much, much louder for some reason. And then I look back at the footage, and it turns out that I lost, like, the 5 seconds of audio before that or something. I didn't say anything of worth in that time, so you didn't really miss anything. But it's the strangest problem. It looks like my mic is timing out or something. I guess its USB connection must be having issues. I'll try switching the port it's in before the next episode. What was I discussing? Did I totally lose my train of thought with the story? I know I finished up the story about awkward casting. I actually got kind of sad about that in later years too, because I'm not a super social person. As much as I love theater, I was never huge on going out with people from theater, like outside. Like it was a big deal for me to like go out to the mall with people from the high school show, and it's not something I really. Oh, a slip hook. What it is, I want to. If not in this Let's Play, I think it either. And when I play through Red on my own, I think I'm gonna train Slowbro, because I always thought he was, well, dopey as hell, but I always wanted to train him when I was in the first game. I could never figure out where to catch him. And now you're just gonna keep spamming confusion and kill my Naruto, aren't you? You son of a bitch. I've got like 20 feet left to get to Brill. I really do not want to have to go back to the Pokemon Center again. Should have just switched out use here. I was never good at going out with the groups outside, so while like other people who were involved in Willy Wonka would hang out, I kind of would hang back and do my own thing. It just was never my scene, I guess. I mean, even these days, I prefer playing games to going out, but I like low-key experiences. I like hanging out and things being quiet and it being in like a controlled environment versus out in the world where anything could happen. Basically, I'm boring, is what I'm going to try to say. But I like to think for a boring person, I've got a number of good stories. Because you try to gain experiences and see what happens. You know, I've got stories about community theater, but you know, those are the same people who, when I lost my house to a fire in my junior year of high school, and the community theater I'm involved with was a huge amount of support during that time. The following year, I graduated high school, and I got a scholarship from them that was instrumental because I ran into problems with my financial aid my first semester, and if not for the scholarship from them, I don't know how I would have gotten through it. Oh, come on! I am not blacking out. This is not happening. Nico. So, like, as much as I might not have been great at showing it, I really always appreciated the people I did theater with, and because they really were like a second family to me. I might not have been the best at showing that. I might not have been the most social person in the group, but I really hope they all know how much I appreciated what they did for me and how much they affected my life. I think these are the last 2 trainers. I hope they're the last 2 trainers. 4 Pokemon! Please all be Geodudes. Please all be Geodudes. Oh my god, I love the fact that Sturdy isn't a thing in this gen. Sturdy isn't the worst thing, but this battle would be significantly harder. The one good thing about not being very social is I always stay out of the worst of the drama with theater kids. So I guess I had that going for me, but any of you who have done theater out there, you know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And I never wanted to do theater when I was in college, especially when I went to my second college. But I did not get my way. And that is a different story. So we'll save that for another time. Takeaway, folks, is be social in your own way. I might not have gone out, but I still cared about the people around me. And I know they still cared about me. So, I'm happy. This has been Nico for 100 Hertz Gaming, folks. Check us out in the next episode. We're only a couple days away now from the release of Red and Blue on the Virtual Console, and after that we'll probably be uploading new episodes of Pokemon Red every Monday through Friday. So make sure to comment, like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do to make sure that you're going to get notified of all those new episodes. Alright, take care, folks.